Hi, everyone. Today, I will be sharing my official predictions for Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. I forgot to say I'm John. Usually I say hi, I'm John. That's kind of been my live stream intro. I don't know how or why. It just kind of happened. But hi, I'm John, and today we're doing Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic predictions. I have a treat for you guys, okay? Um, I was up late last night creating something that I think would be fun for the stream. But first, I would like to announce something. Okay? First, I need to announce something. Every single day until Secret of the Mimic comes out, including today, I will be live streaming. I will be live every single day until Secret of the Mimic comes out. As part of the FNAF cinematic universe. First up. First up. Help Wanted 1. Monday, tomorrow, June 9th. Time to be determined, but you can expect somewhere probably around like at the earliest 2, at the latest I'll start at 4. Somewhere around there, Eastern Standard Time. VR or flat? To be determined. I will try to do VR. If everything breaks and it doesn't work out, I'll do flat. Not a big deal. But I would like to do VR. I've never played all of Help Wanted in VR on stream, or even not in VR. So that'll be my first ever Help Wanted playthrough on this channel. Next up, Security Breach, Tuesday, June 10th. Goes without saying. Don't know if we'll get every single ending. To be frank, to be John, actually, I have a haircut that day. So, and the haircut is at like 6:45. It's kind of late. So I'm going to try my best to get all the endings I can. And then I have to go get my haircut. Okay. Wednesday, June 11th, we have Ruin. Pretty self-explanatory. Thursday, June 12th, we have Help Wanted 2. Once again, like Help Wanted 1, I will try to do it in VR. If I can't do it in VR, it'll be flat, but that's no big deal. I'll try and do the Secret of the Mimic update for Help Wanted 2, obviously, because that would make sense. Then finally, Friday, June 13th, we have Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic happening on the channel. Okay. Please don't get a buzz cut. I'm going to get a buzz cut. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. So, this is the FNAF cinematic universe. This was why I was late to the stream, because I made this whole thing and then my computer crashed before I saved the file. But it was pretty quick to get back together. Play Five Nights at Freddy's Dump Truck Wars, says DJ Sturf. I will try my best. I haven't heard of that one. Stewell said they were adding me to the Help Wanted 2 credits when they update it next. Should be this month. Oh, nice. So DJ Sturf being added to the Help Wanted 2 credits. Let's go. For being a playtester. Okay. That is the FNAF cinematic universe. Hope that was worth the wait. Next, we shall begin my Five Nights at Freddy's official, final, maybe, probably, Secret of the Mimic predictions. Here we go. Here we go. I have created a PowerPoint. I've created a PowerPoint detailing all, if not all, I'll probably think of things as I go along, but all of my predictions for Secret of the Mimic. Here we go. It didn't work. Who do we play as? Who do we play as? Okay. So, oh, Liz earlier, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sorry I missed it. Thank you so much. Viv, thank you so much. Look at the MCM logo and the security breach wall code. Yeah, they're both triangles. I don't know. Okay. Who do we play as? Henry, William, or new/random person? This is my final guesses. I don't think we play as Cassie's dad. I mean, they would have to do some, you know, oh, well, the Bonnie mask in Hope 1 and 2 didn't actually mean he's the Bonnie bully in the Bite of 83. You know? Or like, he was actually 30 years old in the Bite of 83. You know what I mean? So, don't think it's Cassie's grandpa. That just feels too convoluted. I don't know. Henry or William, the fact that I got this in the Secret of the Mimic box, and I'm an employee that was fired by Edwin Murray, who used to work at Murray's Costume Manor, and this is my stuff that I left at work that they sent me, makes me, I'm honestly leaning more towards playing as William Afton than Henry at this point. I would love to play as Henry. That would be awesome. But if it had to be anyone, I see it being more William than Henry. But most likely it'll be someone new or random. Just a random person. So new means, oh, it's a new character that's like important to the lore. Random is, it's just a random. It's just a random Fazbear Entertainment employee that we haven't met yet that will play in this game and then will die at the end or won't do anything, you know, for the story. Bethy, thank you. So excited for all the streams. Been loving the vibes of your videos lately. It's so wholesome to see you get so passionate about the games you love. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. And by the way, everyone, while you're here, thank you so much for the support on the new channel. We hit 10,000 subscribers in like less than a day, which is crazy. So thank you so much. If you haven't checked out the new channel, please go check it out. Link is in the description. John Andrew, I have an Undertale playthrough, first time playing Undertale, and me playing FNAF Dead by Daylight on there. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Also, everyone asking about John Games, the channel. I don't know what you're talking about. That channel died. Emergency Banana, thank you. Quick question, is it okay to give you most of my bank account so as long as I leave 5%? No, that's not okay. It's not okay. Thank you, Emergency Banana. Cameron, love the videos, John. Thank you, Cameron. Okay. Yes, please. And put the videos on in the background on the new channel. Put them on a different tab. I'd appreciate all your support. It's been really cool. Thank you. Okay. Halfway through Undertale video. Love it. Oh, yay. Thank you. Megan, thank you. I think we're Henry because it's more accurate. Yeah, I don't know. I wish. Okay. Who we play as? I see you guys putting things in the chat, so I'm just going to respond to everyone. Bumble Gadget, thank you. Thank you so much. 2 years ago when you streamed leading up to Ruin, I just started chemo, so it's fitting I can now announce I'm in remission. Your videos were a huge comfort during my battle with cancer. Thanks for all you do. What? I'm so happy to hear that. That is crazy. Congrats on remission. That is super cool. Wow. Hearts in the chat for Bumble Gadget. Thank you for being here. That is super cool. I'm super glad you're doing better. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Yeah, these are my only guesses. unless it's someone completely random. Yeah. What else? What else do I want to say about this? You know, also like my video about the mailbox address theory, which is really the only Secret of the Mimic theory that came out for me. I talk about more about why I think it could be Henry. I think Mix's being under the FNAF 6 pizzeria in Security Breach, it just screams Henry. Like there's a door in the labyrinth that Henry built for FNAF 6 that goes to the basement below where there's the mascot costumes, where there's Mixes. It's just ugh, you know. I don't know. I don't know. Why not Edwin? Because it's implied that Edwin disappeared. Number one, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd want to go back and retrieve the mimic for Fazbear Entertainment. It seems like our player is wearing a Fazbear Entertainment outfit, is driving a Fazbear Entertainment car. So I don't think Edwin would go back and do that. John, do you think that Edwin's factory is in the spot that the Pizzaplex is built? I think it's likely. More likely than we may think. But we'll see. I mean, it feels like everything is under the Pizzaplex, to be honest. Do a vote? Okay, I'll do a vote. Start a poll. Oh, God. Who do we play as in Secret of the Mimic? Henry. William. New/random. Start poll. Okay, I want to hear what your thoughts on who we play as. What if you play as Cassie's dad? I don't think so, B-Dub. If Cassie's dad was the Bonnie Bully in the Bite of 83, it just wouldn't make sense age-wise. Kay, thank you so much. Did you buy the Switch 2? If not, will you? I haven't yet. I would have, but I couldn't get a pre-order. And it's not something that I'm like dying to get. I have the Switch OLED, and the Switch OLED is very nice. So I essentially would be spending over $500 for Mario Kart. So I don't know how much I'd play it. I'm not like a big Nintendo guy. Momo, Mr. Burrows, just because that would be crazy. Sending the CEO of Fazbear, that'd be crazy. I mean, I'm down. What if we're playing as a random and we find William already taking the Spring Bonnie costume in some part of the game? It would be cool. That would be cool. Is it Faber? I'm sorry. I think that's how I pronounce your name. Thank you so much. Charlize, I think we play as young inventor Henry. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. So what do we got? Henry, 25%. William, 26%. 27%. New/random 48. Yeah. I wonder what this would have been if I didn't say anything. Like I didn't say my reasoning. I don't know. We'll keep that going. You're 100% confident it's Miss Afton. That would be unprecedented. That would be crazy. Tarian, thank you. I don't know if you know the idea already, but I personally think that the MCM Manor was the base foundation for the Pizzaplex, which may be the reason why Steel will specifically compare the size to Roxy Raceway. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, it's also could be Occam's Razor, and they just really wanted to see how big the game was. But so they compared it to Security Breach, which is a giant game. But it is interesting that they put it over Roxy Raceway. It's almost like they wanted it to fit in Roxy Race. I doubt it, but that would be... I mean, there's evidence, I guess, to back that up. Ryan, John, do you think the Mimic will throw it back? I think when he rips off our limbs, he might throw them back at us. But that's about the extent of that. Could be the Chica Bro. Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be I don't know how I'd feel about that. That'd feel a little too fan servicey. I don't know. Will the main character talk like how Gregory did? I think there will be like grunts here and there. I don't know about full dialogue. I would love that. but I don't know about full dialogue. Imagine if it's a young Ralph, phone guy. That would be cool. I could see that. That would be cool. That would be cool. Okay. Poll 26% Henry's winning, 25% William, new random 49%. So it's pretty split between Henry and William. New random is winning 1,155 votes. Crazy. I'll keep that up. Let's move on to the next slide. What characters will we see? Okay. Um, Here's the obvious ones that I've already talked about, really. I definitely, honestly would be shocked if we don't see these three characters. Fredbear, the original Spring Bonnie mascot costume, and the daycare attendant. I would be shocked if we don't see the mascot costume versions of Fredbear and Bonnie. Hi, John. Hey, Blaze. What's up? Nathaniel, maybe we play as Edwin because he's the only one that knows about the Mimic and is trying to hide it and hide his tracks because he is the only one that knows how bad the Mimic is. I think Fazbear Entertainment knows how bad the Mimic is because they're sending in employees and the employees aren't returning. So they just keep sending in employees. I think they're aware. But it's very possible we might play as Edwin. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you. Scoobert, what do you think comes next after the Mimic era of FNAF? I have no idea. I think we'll be in the Mimic era for at least another couple years. So, I don't know. I mean, literally when Security Breach came out, we had no idea what the next era would be until Ruin. So, we don't know. So, yes. Basically, daycare attendant is because of MatPat's theory from a couple years ago, where he said that the teeth on Eclipse match perfectly with the teeth on the Mimic. Definitely think he's right. Definitely think the daycare attendant is an Edwin invention. I definitely think we will see more animatronics with the same teeth that are just like Eclipse and the Mimic. I think Fredbear and Bonnie are going to be a big reveal, and it'll be very cool. And it'll be like, oh my goodness. So it would be Edwin created the mascot costume versions of Fredbear and Bonnie, and then Henry created the Springlock suits. That's what I think the gist of it will be. Dominic, is Secret of the Mimic a normal game like Security Breach, or is it VR like Up Wanted? It's a normal game like Security Breach, but it will also be coming out in VR at some point. So we'll get to play it in flat, and then later on this year, whenever, you'll see me play it in VR as well, which will be super cool. Which, it's interesting to think about. I swear Evan Lampy in the interview with Dawko said that the game was originally built for VR. So I wonder how the game is going to play, and if the flat mode of it is going to feel like a VR game, but in flat. I honestly hope it doesn't feel like, oh, this feels like it should have been a VR game. That's maybe not my biggest fear, but it's a fear. But I don't have many fears. I think it'll be fine. I trust Steel. Jay Moore, do you think we see Baby in a physical form again, or as just part of the Mimic? I think if we're going to see Baby, it's going to be like an early version of her. I don't think she'll be related to the Mimic. I made a joke in the stream a couple days ago that they're going to like have like Baby in Secret of the Mimic, or like a mascot costume version of Baby or something, and the Mimic's going to go into it and say, "Hi, I'm Baby." Just so Steel can mess with me. But I would die. I would die of laughter. But I don't think it's going to happen. The Jade Gamer, thank you. Fazbear sends in a nobody named Henry. Then they lie. They then lie and say he was the creator of the Springlocks. They control him, can blame him for the dead. Whoa! That'd be wild. That'd be a wild plot twist. And I think we're going to see plot twists like that in this game, to be fair. I really think there's going to be some big revelations. Have you seen the achievement leaks? No. I'm trying not to look at anything. I really don't want even a single thing spoiled for me. So I haven't looked or talked about the achievement leaks. Megan, thank you. Wait, idea. What if we play as Henry and that's where Henry gets the idea for the Springlock suits? That would be crazy. So, Springlock suits. So, like, no endoskeletons. We're done with endoskeletons. We're just going to make the mechanical parts part of the suit so it can't be detached. You know? For the record, I don't think the baby thing is going to happen. It was a joke. It was a joke. Just for the record. I don't want to clip this and be like, look what John said. Okay, yes. Okay. Next. Continued. I think we will see early versions of Staffbots. And honestly, I think we've already seen an early version of the Staffbot in the Mailbot from the trailer and the demo. I really think that is early version of a Staffbot. I think we will see a wet floor sign, early version of like a wet floor sign running around. Do you think that Edwin will be someone we can talk to in the game? In the description of the game, it says that it's Murray's costume manner. No, I don't think so. I think in the books, Edwin disappeared at this point, so he wouldn't be around. But thank you. Emily, Edwin disappears after the Mimic incident and changes his name to William, has a second family, and comes back to join Henry's Fazbear Company. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. Edwin changes his name to Henry. Rebecca, thank you. What if we play as a John since they sent you since they sent you a gift box and a shredded letter? Congrats on the new channel. You deserve every bit of happiness. Thank you for being you and your time and dedication. Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. That's so sweet. If we played as me, I think I would pass away, but it's not going to happen. I would pass away. I'm not the only one who's receiving one of these boxes. If I was the only one that received one of these boxes, maybe I'd be like, but no, it's not happening. That would be awesome though. Thank you, Rebecca, for the kind words. They think they will get creative with the Secret of the Mimic merch. I hope there's Secret of the Mimic merch. We don't really get merch. We don't really get merch from like Steel Wool. Candy Cadet, notice 3 times repeat of lines in ads. Hold that one, Jade Gamer. Hold that one. Wolf, you think that at the end of Secret of the Mimic, it will tease the next game? Absolutely. I hope we can find out what happened to Cassie and Roxanne Rolf. Absolutely it will. DJ Surf, what if it's someone named Billiam Dafton? I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible. Next up, the original mascot costume versions of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. I think this is also going to be a big reveal. I think it's also, I also would be very shocked if we don't see them. At least see them being created. I think like that picture from Steam where you see that room where Edwin is making the elephant mascot costume. I think we're going to walk into a room and see them being made because we see the posters in the demo for Secret of the Mimic that says Freddy Fazbear's Pizza coming soon. And it's in this style, like mascot costume style. I think we're going to see the Freddy's characters beginning to be created. So we're going to get there. There's going to be some secret room that we're going to have to unlock, and it's going to be hard to unlock. We're going to open the door, and we're going to see these characters being created. The mascot costume versions. That's my guess. Nathaniel, thank you. What if we don't play as Henry? I want to at least see him. Kind of like how we saw Vanessa in Security Reach. I would die. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Or hear from him or something. How do we the end? I'm gonna end the poll. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna end the poll. 51% said new random character we'll play as. 23% said William. 27% said Henry. 1,900 votes. Thank you so much. Interesting. Fred Bond, happy Pride Month, John. Happy Pride Month. I accept and love all of you. Okay, so about the mascot costumes, the original Freddy's characters. Bonus points. Bonus points. If it's these guys. Oh, I pointed the wrong way. Bonus points if it's these guys. I talked about these a while ago. This is unreleased. It is released concept art for mascot costumes of the original animatronics. I literally commissioned Morrow Games Production to make these in 3D for one of my videos, if you remember. I had a little cutscene at the beginning of one of my videos. It's like, what was the video called? It was like the early FNAF, the clue that solves early FNAF, or something like that. I don't know. I forgot. I think we're going to see these. I originally theorized that this is the suit that we are in Sister Location. This is the Springlock suit because the design is the most similar we've ever seen to the Springlock suit in Sister Location. And maybe that will be a revelation too. Who knows? But I think at least maybe these up here in the top left, these up here in the top right, maybe these at the bottom. We're going to see some version of these in Secret of the Mimic. I was like one of the first people to theorize about these things, so I'd be very happy. It'd be very cool. What else did I want to say? The thing that makes me think it's these is the in Help Wanted 2. I'll pull it up even. In Help Wanted 2, there is a level where there's a carousel. Okay? And the carousel is heavily implied to be at Fall Fest. Thank you, Grant, for this video. Thank you, Grant, on YouTube. See Freddy. Freddy has these red cheeks. The animatronics have these red cheeks. And the concept art has the original like mascot costume versions of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica with these red cheeks. So that makes me and the red ring on the hat. Yes. So that makes me think that the original mascot costumes in Secret of the Mimic are gonna look like these scrapped concept art. Okay. Disco Night. Imagine the original VA for Henry and William from FNAF 6 reprised their roles in audio log. That would be... Oh my god, that would be amazing. I would love that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Jay Moore, do you think we play as the creator of mixes? Ooh, good question. Do I think we play as the creator of mixes? My gut is telling me no, but I want it to be yes. I want it to be we play as Henry, and Henry created mixes because it's under the FNAF 6 labyrinth or whatever. I want it to be that, but my gut is telling me that we're going to find mixes in Murray's Costume Manor. I don't know. But the ending of the Help Wanted 2 update has the van driving away with mixes in it. And my whole theory was that the van is driving to Murray's Costume Manor to, you know, I don't know. We'll see if that's true, like on Friday when Secret of the Mimic comes out. But yeah, I don't know. Good question. Thank you for pulling me back to the fandom. Been watching your vids lately. You're giving Josh Hutcherson. Already subbed to your new channel. Can't wait for Secret of the Mimic. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And yes, I know I'm giving Josh Hutcherson. Yep, that's me, Josh Hutcherson. A little side theory. I think William went mad because his wife left him and took Elizabeth in the divorce. That's why she isn't in Midnight Motorist. Also, Bellora's song also may show why she left. Very possible. And I think something in favor of the Mrs. Afton stuff is Bellora. Like her voice lines, her existence. That is one thing that is actually like in favor for Mrs. Afton being a thing, you know, and all that drama happening. So I think you might be right. Thank you, Floodpick. Tomas, I just like to confuse streamers with my currency. Your currency, what is it? Let me see. Is that like Czech Republic? I'm guessing? I might be wrong. Okay. So bonus points if it's these guys. I would be very happy. I talked about these a long time ago, along with the clown drawing in FNAF 6. That was my big like circus theory. So that would be really cool. Next up, Candy Cadet and Trash in the Gang. Okay. Someone mentioned Candy Cadet earlier in a super chat. Here you go. I do think we're going to see Candy Cadet in the game. But it's not guaranteed, okay? The fact that like there's all this FNAF 6 stuff and all this like Mr. Hippo early design and the elephant and blah blah, it just, I don't know. I would not be surprised if this is an Edwin invention. Along with Trash in the Gang, like Mr. Hugs heavily being implied to be an Edwin thing, it's making me think that all of the things we can buy, a lot of things we can buy in FNAF 6 are Edwin's. DJ Sturf, coffee, jacket, robot, mushroom. Not DJ Sturf dropping hints about Secret of the Mimic. Very cool, DJ Sturf. I don't have username because no, thank you. Even if you don't believe Edwin will be in the game, wouldn't it be cool if Edwin was a mentor to Henry? Would kind of make sense if we do play as him. That would be cool. That would be cool. I really think that they're trying to establish that Edwin really was part of the original group in the beginning of Fazbear Entertainment. He really was one of the OGs, you know? So I think you might actually be onto something there. You might actually be onto something in there. Tech, thank you. How much do you think Secret of the Mimic will cost? And like your vids, by the way. Thank you. Secret of the Mimic, I think it's $40. I think it's $39.99. Same as Security Breach. I believe that's already out there. I don't know. I've not been told anything, but I believe that's how much it is. Yes, Candy Cadet, Trash in the Gang. The fact that the idea about Trash in the Gang is, I've already said this, but in Secret of the Mimic, in the Secret of the Mimic demo at PAX West, there in Jackie's room where we first meet Jackie, there were presents hanging from the ceiling. I think they were cardboard cutouts, but they might have been actual presents hanging from the ceilings, and they had these googly eyes on them. They looked just like number 1 crate. So I think Trash in the Gang will be like an Edwin thing, and we might see them in Secret of the Mimic. Switch 2 version, $1,400. Oh, yep, probably. Alex, plot twist, the FNAF 6 audio log was actually Edwin. No, I don't think so. But that would be insane. Okay, next. The mechanics of the game. This is something I'm excited to talk about, okay? I wonder what consoles it'll come out with eventually. And I kind of wonder how Security Breach would play on a Switch 2. Me too. Ooh, maybe I should get a Switch 2 just to play Security Breach. I'll think about it. We're kind of busy with Secret of the Mimic right now. Liz, you mentioned maybe going to Halloween Horror Nights. I saw IGN said it'll be just like living the movie. So if you do go, I'm excited for you. Oh, thanks, Liz. Yeah, I am going. I think I've decided I am going. Hottest dog is deleting messages. Should I ban someone? Do I need to ban this person? Thanks, Liz. Tom, the teasers use tech from 1951 Synchrovox, which means the adults are the parents and Edwin is the kid. This would make Edwin the right age in 1979. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah, I mean, you might be right. You might be right. Waffle Fusion just posted his video on the Steel Wool box. He got different postcards and pins, I think. The rest of this is the same. He got different postcards. Interesting. Cackle William / Spring Bonnie wanted to replace Freddy FNAF 3 posters. Do you think we will see more jealousy from William and or reasoning as to what William's reasons are? Maybe. That would be interesting. I really thought this game was going to be all about Edwin. But it does seem like we're getting some sort of Henry William lore. So maybe. Was Afton holding a Faz wrench in FNAF 2 save them? Probably not. Probably not. I think it's the crank that's mentioned in the FNAF 3 phone calls about Springlock suits. Okay. Mechanics. They show the voice cast. Oh, okay. The postcards that Fusion Z Gamer got show the voice cast. Interesting. Hold on. Oh, nice. Wait, I don't see the voice cast. Okay. I need to keep going with this. Let's keep going with this. Okay. Mechanics of the game. Obviously, the data diver is going to be a big deal. One thing that I haven't really seen much about is these things and how we're going to upgrade them throughout the game. And we may be able to get into a room with, let's say, security, but there's things in that room that we will not be able to access until we get executive. Let me show you what I mean. So, in the Secret of the Mimic trailer, you can see us turning on a generator to open the door. And this little thing oh, you can't see it. This thing right here is the admin symbol, I believe. So we need this to unlock the door to then turn on the generator to open it. But once we get in this room, there's a thing over here on the right for executive. So we may be able to get in the room, but in order to see the extra goodies, we're going to need the executive access on the data diver. So that's going to be, I think, the mechanics of the game. It's the data diver upgrading it one by one. Also, hold on. The image that we got from Daco's charity stream. Hold Hold on. If you see this image, this is obviously a room in Secret of the Mimic, and you can see these different rooms here, okay? And I think Mr. Helpful is going to tell us, oh, hey, if you want to enter these rooms, you need access. And here on this panel, you see all of the logos that you can achieve on the data diver. So first we got this logo, then we got this one, and the final logo we unlock is going to unlock a secret door or something like that. But this is how we get to every room. We need to somehow upgrade our data diver throughout the game to get into the different rooms here. Room, who knows how many rooms are in this area. I'm missing super chats. Hold on. Nathaniel, thank you. Rewording my Edwin theory. If he is alive, he could regret making the mimic and trying to get rid of it. Kind of like I mess things up, I fix it myself type of scenario, and he could be using a secret identity. Maybe, but I don't see why he would be needing a secret identity. You might be onto something, though. That would be a cool reveal. That would be, and if we are getting an Edwin voice actor in the game, maybe the voice actor is for our player character. You might be onto something. Thank you, Nathaniel. And that's very kind, Nathaniel. Thank you so much. VXN, what if all the creations from the ads came out before the mimic and make something that contained the things that he made to make a friend for his child, the mimic? Yes. I think I understand what you're saying. The things in the commercials are showing us the different, like the progression of like, oh, creating the mimic software. These things have the mimic software. It's using the thing, like these things are wanting to be people's friends, and that's the similar to the mimic being friends with David, for sure. Thank you. Different endings with each data diver stage. Absolutely. Yes. I think we will absolutely get different endings for different data diver stages, for sure. Hottest dog, if you need to ban someone, do it. If they keep saying things that they shouldn't, if you need to ban them, please do it. Jay Moore, Mr. Naff, thank you. Hello. I'm a bit confused if 1 through 6 are in lore video games now. Why was the pizzeria still burnt down if there was no actual possessed animatronics? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I've been trying to wrap my head around the help wanted lore of like, are the games in the universe, you know? It's complicated. I might be releasing a theory video after Secret of the Mimic about that, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. As of right now, I'm like, okay, the FNAF 6 pizzeria exists. All the characters we see in the games we see in the Steel universe, so they must be. I don't know. I don't know. It's complicated. Hey John, how's it going? Cheers from Brazil. Hello from Brazil. I'm doing all right. I'm all over the place right now for some reason. There's a lot going on. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you. But yes, we're gonna upgrade our data diver, and that's how we'll get into different rooms throughout the place. Okay. Yes. And I don't know if I have anything else to say about this. The mechanics of the game. Next, our first interaction with the mimic. Okay? Let me cook. Our player, this is my wild out there maybe prediction, okay? Our player character will die at the beginning of the game. What if our player character dies? Then, right when we die, the credits roll. Opening credits. The opening credits. Then we will switch to the next guy or person pulling up to Murray's Costume Manor to be the next one. I think that would be a cool way to immediately show the threat level of the Mimic. And then as the next person goes in, we see the body of the person we first played as at the beginning of the game, stuffed into a mascot costume. And our person that we played as that died at the beginning was holding our data diver in their hand. And we'll see them in the mascot costume with their data diver in their hand. And then that's how we'll get our data diver. We'll pick it up, take it from the person's hand, and then it's our turn. I don't know. I think that would be really cool. Someone put me on a creative team. I'm just kidding. Like, that would be, imagine, like, we pull up, it's the beginning of the game, we pull up to Murray's Costume Manor, we see a mascot costume, we walk, and wait, did I write other stuff about that? Hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah, you already saw this, sorry. Okay, great. There's more about the mechanics of the game, hold on. Imagine we walk up to a mascot costume, and it sounds like there's a kid yelling for help. Help me. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Help me. And then we go around the corner and it's just a mascot costume hanging in there. And then we walk up to the mascot costume and it sounds like there's a kid stuck inside. Help me. I'm stuck. And we go to grab it. The Mimic picks us up, rips our arms off. We fall to the floor. Opening credits roll. And it's the Mimic, obviously, mimicking David's voice. It's David's voice. I don't know. That would be really cool. And then after opening credits, we're the next person going in, pulling up to Murray's Costume Manor. We'll get into it in a little bit. But that is my like wild out there prediction for our first interaction with the Mimic. Bro missed my super chat. Hold on. McKenna, thank you. It's been so long since I've been able to see you live. You are normally live whenever I'm at work. Loving the theories that are coming. Thank you, McKenna. I appreciate that. Thank you. Emergency Banana, We Die. Mission Impossible theme starts playing. I've never seen those movies. I appreciate it though, Emergency Banana. Thank you. Golden Eclipse. Hey, John, do you think Glitch Trap formed because the Mimic wore Afton's body as a suit and they kind of mixed a bit? Ooh, like as in Burn Trap? Maybe. That would be crazy. I don't know. That'd be crazy though. But yeah. Joseph, thank you so much for the sticker. That's a cool sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joseph. Ender, thank you so much. Fun fact, the FNAF 6 court cases are all dated. One includes the bite of 83, while another has the earliest date of Fazbear Entertainment being around in 1936. Interestingly, it involves a sinkhole. What? I need to look back at those. I remember those. That's the one thing that I'm like, why haven't I read through those? Oh, what? Oh, I need to look back at those. Thank you, Ender. Wow. You're canon, so if you read this, am I? Deidre. You're canon now. With great power comes great responsibility. My name is Edwin. I made the Mimic. So true. VXN, what if the ads showed an early Mimic? Then he combined them into one to use as practice to entertain his son's friend. All the objects in the commercials. Yeah, I talked about that in one of my streams. Talked about that in one of my streams about how I think the Mimic. Well, we'll get to it. Hang on there. Hang on. Okay, more about the mechanics of the game. I must have messed up the order of these. Obviously, I showed you this. We're going to be able to get into different rooms with the data diver. Yep, we already talked about that. Burb Doc, thank you. Heyo, John FNAF. Heyo, chat. It do be my birthday today, so have $5. Also, have we figured out the secret of the Mimic yet? No, because the game's not out, but happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day. You didn't need to give me $5. I should be giving you $5. I hope you have a great day. Treat yourself and have a great day. More about the mechanics of the game. Sound lures are going to be pivotal in this game. Sound lures are going to be pivotal. Wind up rats, squirrels, rodents. We're going to wind them up and throw them to distract the Mimic. These things, the mycelium men, I think are also going to be sound lures that we're going to have to squeeze or wind up or press a button or something and then throw them. Evan Lampy is here. I'm canon to the credits. Is this the actual Evan Lampy? Evan, is this you? Email me. I don't know. The channel was created 2017. But it could be a fake email if you email me. Evan, is that actually you? He said, I'm canon to the credits. Glamrock Freddy, do you know Twisted Animatronic FNAF theories? I don't. I wonder if Secret of the Mimic is going to change Help Wanted 2 at all. It's very peculiar that it specifically is getting an update. Maybe. I could see that happening. The mouse is chipper. The mouse is chipper? That's funny. What if they're called, like, Chipper? That would be crazy. If Evan Lampy's here, that's super cool. I hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for Secret of the Mimic. Who is Evan Lampy? Creative director of Secret of the Mimic at Steeple Studios. The one who did the interview with Daco. Okay. He said we missed something in that last VHS. What? Okay, now that makes me think it's not Evan Lampy. Hold on. To be honest, I'm just here to see if you guys get something correct. I'm here for content. Check something. There's one thing you missed in that last VHS. What? Evan. No. No. Someone's messing with me. How do I know if this is real? No. It was small. The thing you missed, not very important. Evan, is this you? I don't know if I believe it's you. I think that's your profile picture. How do I should I text someone? Should I ask? I don't think we've ever emailed Evan. I hope it's you. That'd be super cool. I bet you're sitting here laughing if it's actually you. I missed something in the last VHS. It's small. trolling? It was small, the thing you missed, not very important. Evan is capitalizing, if it is Evan, every single word. Oh, wow, I'm a small little child catfishing. JK. Okay, this is not real. It's the Mimic. Yeah, it might actually be the Mimic. DJ Sturv, what is your opinion? What is your opinion? Is this Evan? I don't... They've changed profile pictures so it's fake. Evan, I just can't. If it is him, I'm just not gonna believe it until he emails me or something. But if it is Evan, you have lots of opinions. DJ. My opinion is that I have lots of opinions. Let's keep going. Hi, Evan. Love you. Excited for Secret of the Mimic if it's actually you. If it's not, why would you do that to me? Yes, sound lures are going to be a big thing in this game, I think. Next. Elevators. I saw in the demo of Secret of the Mimic at PAX. No one's really talked about this. No one's really talked about this. Mimic IRL. Watch out, John. No one's really talked about this. When you started the demo at PAX, you were plopped into an area. First time playing through, I just kind of started walking. Second time playing through, I turned around and looked at what's behind me. And what's behind you is a giant elevator. And above the elevator, it says 2. Floor 2. So, AKA, the demo starts when we get off the elevator on the second floor. I think elevators are going to be in the game. I think they're going to be loading sections. I think, obviously, of the game. There's different floors of Marie's Costume Manor. I don't think we go up steps for all of those floors. I think it's probably an elevator. That's how they're going to load everything. Okay? So expect elevators. Okay? Expect elevators. Like Security Breach, maybe not as many as Security Breach, but yes. Secret of the elevators. No context, this slide was awesome. Yes, very true. Elevators. Scream 32 times if you like the Mimic. What do you mean by that? DJ Sturf is watching this and laughing. DJ is watching this and laughing at me. I know he is sitting there laughing at me. He's like, what? Haha, yeah, you are right. Oh, come on. Jay Moore, do you feel like future games should be eerie and scary like 3 to 5? Or stick with the retro and popping colors of the new era? Me personally, I like 3 to 5. I think there's a good mix they could have, and I think Secret of the Mimic might be that mix. We'll see. Hottest Dog also saw the elevator. Tobias, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, next. The voice of the Mimic. I think the Mimic will be mimicking David and Edwin's voices throughout the game. It'll use David's voice to trick us into thinking a kid needs help. I talked about that earlier, but I really do think the Mimic's voice is Edwin and David's voice. I just saw a chat that made me laugh. Someone misspelled DJ's name. So here's some voice line predictions. One of the voice lines I think we'll hear is, "This is my home, leave." I actually forgot to add a slide. Hold on. Why do I think this? That is a note in the sticky note room in Security Breach. I think the Mimic is going to be very possessive of his territory. Do you think this game will have the most lore out of all the games? Maybe. We'll see. It's hard to tell. But I think there will be a lot of lore. "This is my home, leave" was written on one of the sticky notes in Security Breach. So, the multicolored papers or whatever they're called. I think we're going to hear the Mimic say, "This is my home, leave." Mimic will pretend to be Andy Field and will purposely tell us the wrong information. I think Andy Field is going to be maybe our guide, and we're not going to know what's Andy Field anymore and what's the Mimic. Okay? If our player character speaks, it will mimic our voice. If our player character speaks, I think it's going to say things in our voice as well to trick us. Maybe we'll speak, like the Mimic will show up and we'll be like, "Oh my God." And then the Mimic will say, "Oh my God," right back to us. Oh my God. Yeah, I could see something like that happening. Yep. Or we scream or gasp, and then it gasps and screams the same thing right back to us. I think something like that. Andy Field is the voice at the beginning of the Secret of the Mimic trailer. He's Hand Unit. He's Exotic Butters. Next. That's the voice of the Mimic. Miscellaneous revelations. I just want to put it out there. In the books, we know that the Mimic knows how to self-repair itself. That's a big part of its deal. I think the Mimic learned how to self-repair itself from Dolly. I think that is the whole reason Dolly exists. Dolly is the animatronic repair person. And I think the Mimic saw what she's doing and learned from her, and that's how he's able to repair himself. When he loses a limb, he knows how to put it back, stuff like that. If we fart, it farts back. Okay. Yes. I think the Mimic learned how to repair itself from Dolly. Okay. Next. The Mimic's limbs are made of the coat rack. So, in the books, we know that the Mimic was made of spare parts that Edwin had lying around. We've lost the plot. Stay with me. Stay with me. DJ Sturf screamed 32 times and became the mimic. Oh no. Oh no. Stay with me. The mimic was made. The mimic's blood is latte. The mimic was made of spare parts that Edwin had lying around. I think the reason the mimic is able to shapeshift into any mascot costume is because his limbs are retractable, just like the coat rack. So what if his arms and legs are made of the coat rack? I don't know. Might be completely wrong. Maybe this just goes to show that Edwin can make retractable things, you know? And it's, I don't know. It's just, I personally think it's very sci-fi that the mimic can just turn into a spider. It can just be very small or it could be very big. I need a real life reason as to how the mimic can fit into any costume. Okay? That's all I need. I just need some way it's able to do it. Okay? The coat rack looks like a horse. Gibby, thank you. William was a designer at MCM. It explains the bobblehead. Why the mimic is a Spring Bonnie mascot costume and Help Wanted it in the Fun Times similarity to MCM robots. Could very well be true. Could very well be true. Thank you, Gibby. Good theory. I don't see the horse. I don't see it looking like a horse. Next. The mimic will put on the Bonnie / Glitchtrap suit. Okay. This is also going to be a big revelation. We're going to see the mimic put on the real Bonnie suit that looks just like this. And people are going to be like, Glitchtrap is the mimic. Glitchtrap is the mimic confirmed. Glitchtrap is the mimic confirmed. You know, that's what's going to happen. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to see this mascot costume in real life beating a dead horse at this point. And we're going to see the mimic walking around as this guy. And we're going to be like, wow, he's in real life now. Okay. I wonder if they'll change the design. That would be a little weird. I mean, they changed the design of the elephant, but this is such a popular design. It'd be weird if they changed it, but they can do what they want. Next up. Maybe most important one. Never mind, not yet. William and Henry worked with Edwin. The bobblehead, I talked about this earlier. The bobblehead is the reason why I kind of think this, okay? The fact that the box that I received was my stuff from working at Murray's Costume Manor, I don't know. Why did I have this at Murray's Costume Manor? Why? Why is that part of my box that I received when I got fired? FNAF 6 was the most lore-filled game. This is the 6th Steelwool game. I think this will be more lore-filled. Also, love your channel, John. Thank you. Thank you. No, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of lore in this game, for sure. I just got here, but I heard a theory that we could be playing as Afton going undercover kind of to capture the mimic. Yeah, talked about that earlier. Chat thinks so too. It's a little bit split between Henry and William, but yeah. Yup. Thank you so much. Okay. We already kind of talked about this. I think William and Henry might have worked with Edwin. Doesn't mean they worked for Edwin. They could have worked with Edwin. And once again, I think the most likely one is William in this. Till it's do boo do. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. It's a hedgehog. It's a hedgehog. It's a hedgehog. Okay. Final guess. My final guess at what this monstrosity of a character is. It's a hedgehog. Okay? Everyone relax. Porcupine, maybe. Otter, maybe. I could see otter. But my final guess is hedgehog. I'm going all in. I'm going all in. Definitely a horse. Okay. Is it Ennard? How the game will end. The mimic is a horse? How the game will end. I think, just like in the games, or in the books, we learned that the mimic has a switch on the back of its head. A switch that you can literally walk up and just turn it off. In the games, I think since Eclipse was most likely an Edwin creation, we're going to have to put the data diver into the back of the mimic's head. Just like with Eclipse. And we're going to have to turn it off or something. Mimic horse theory confirmed when he enters my neighborhood. Okay. Let's relax. Okay. This is a possibility, I think. Using the data diver to turn off the mimic. Okay. Stop horsing around. It is anticlimactic, but I think there will be different endings and different ways to do things. So I think this is definitely one of them. Another option? Mixes. An ending that has something to do with mixes is very much possible. I think my theory about mixes being in the back of the van in Help Wanted 2 and then putting the address of Marie's Costume Manor into it and then it driving away, I really, really would love it if we started this game pulling up to Marie's Costume Manor with mixes in the back of the van. That would be pretty cool. And then somehow we use mixes to take down the mimic, trap it. But something I didn't mention I mentioned this in a video with Daco that we did a while ago, but there's a lot of posters in Secret of the Mimic and the trailers and stuff that talk about don't get your hand stuck in the machinery. There's like gears and it's like, don't get your hand stuck in there. You could get stuck and you could lose your hand if you get stuck in the machines. I think we're going to have to trap the mimic in some sort of machine, like gear thing, like Mommy Longlegs and Poppy Chapter 2. Like we're literally going to have to like trap him in a machine and then we'll flick him off or something. Or then we'll then we'll then we'll flip the switch on the back of his head off, okay? Okay. It went back. I accidentally slammed into my desk and it went forward. Whatever. um. Flick them off, as in like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. Let's keep our minds in the right place. that that is my secret of the mimic predictions. But I forgot one. There's an extra one. I forgot like one of the most important ones that I wanted to include. So hold on. Over. Oh. Is this it? Hold on. Okay. Prediction. Sticky Note Room Part 2. Sticky Note Room Part 2. I think we are going to have another room that looks just like this. And maybe with things written on the sticky notes that actually will help us understand what's going on. Or this game will help us understand this room more. I honestly think the books already did that. It literally talks about how the mimic like drawing pictures with David on multicolored pieces of paper. Hello? I think the mimic was down here. We see a bunch of decapitated heads from Staffbots down here. I think the mimic was down here at some point. I think Secret of the Mimic will help us explain that more. Help us understand this room more. Tobias, thank you. Hi, John, the king of FNAF theories. Thank you. Big love from Northern Sweden. That's awesome. If you were trapped in a FNAF game, which one would you choose and why? Love the channel. Keep up the good work. Security Breach. Easy. I love Security Breach. I know every corner, how to get around. It would be super fun. And I'd have Glamrock Freddy to help me. Hello? Security Breach, 100%. Thank you, Tobias. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me think of any other predictions I may have. Obviously, I made a video kind of doing predictions. The theory video I did about the mailbox a while ago. Nightmare Ione plushies. Oh, this theory's insane. What was I thinking? Will we see Nightmare Ione plushies? I think that's a big fat maybe. I think that's a big fat maybe. I think I talked about this the other day, but they implied in Ruin that the only reason Nightmare exists is because it's that character from that old VR game. And if this game takes place in 1979, that character from that old VR game doesn't exist. I don't know. We'll see. It would be, I would lose my absolute marbles if there's a Nightmare on plush. Maybe slash probably not. I'm going to say probably not, but would be cool. It would be cool to maybe get a reason what the night for why the Nightmare stuff even exists in Secret of the Mimic. It would be cool to finally get that explained. I've always wanted to do a dedicated Nightmare theory because I just don't like my old Nightmare theories at all. I want to make a whole video about those plushies. But Secret of the Mimic might explain it all. So I don't know. We'll see. What else? I just am going in expecting to see a lot of stuff from Security Breach in Secret of the Mimic. I think the premise of this game is that a lot of what we saw in Security Breach was Edwin's, the AI, the Mimic AI, the daycare attendant, the Staffbots, the wet floor signs. And I mean, it's 1979. It's almost the 80s. We might see early versions of the Glamrocks. Like, what if we see mascot costume versions of Glamrock Freddy? Or something, you know? That would be crazy. Vampire, thank you. Hey, John, do you think Dolly is her own character, or do you think it's just the Mimic using the suit? I think Dolly might be her own character. I think Dolly is her own character, but that doesn't mean Dolly's endoskeleton can be taken out and replaced by the Mimic. That's my answer. Thank you, Vampire. Liz, missing the Security Breach GeoGuessr vid right now. It still exists. That was really fun, by the way. That video was really fun. Early versions of Roxy and Monty, yeah. I think we're gonna see a lot of characters that's gonna blow our minds for sure. I know, but the sticky note yeah. Oh, got it. Sticky note room reminded you of it. Got it. Yeah. Did Edwin die in the books? Spoilers for the books if you haven't read them yet. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saying spoilers now. Yeah, he died. He died in the storyteller tree in the Pizzaplex. But he lives until Security Breach. Like, the Security Breach era in the Pizzaplex, he's there. He just dies in the storyteller tree in the Pizzaplex. And guess what? He gets stuck in the storyteller tree and writes a bunch of notes on multicolored sheets of paper that says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Multicolored sheets of paper all over again. When you're Ed win, you can't Ed lose. DJ Sturf, you're like a machine. What do you think the twist is going to be? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't mention this. Okay. My big, and I've said this for a while, my big, oh my gosh, big twist, that would be absolutely insane if that happened, is this being a found footage game. And we start this game playing as Cassie. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see. We'll see. Thumbs up when spoiler timer is over. Spoilers are done. Gregory and Vanessa watching found footage. But that would mean that our player character would have to have like a camera strapped to his chest. And I don't know if that's going to be a thing back then. I don't know. Jay Moore, thank you. Do you, I think we get a prototype of the actually puppet. It just makes sense for something to watch kids and secure them. Maybe. That would be cool. That would be cool. John, what is the secret of the Mimic? The secret of the Mimic is the Mimic. It's something that Fazbear Entertainment wanted locked away and forgot about. It completely got rid of the mascot costume era of the franchise. The Mimic is the secret. Lachlan, thank you. I think MatPat is the Mimic and L Chip's mother. That would be a twist. That would definitely be a twist. My theory is that Edwin made the original Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suits, maybe even the Springlocks themselves. I don't think the Springlocks. We talked about it earlier, but yes, I do think we will see the Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suits in the mascot costume versions in Edwin's MCM warehouse. I do think he was originally making the mascot versions of them, yes. But the Springlocks, I believe, are Henry. It would be so cool to like actually see Fredbear's in person at some point. I know. Like a Fredbear's Family Diner game, it feels like a slam dunk. It feels like a slam dunk. You know? I have faith. I have faith. Rebecca, thank you. Would you ever consider doing audiobooks or covering the FNAF books? I watch your videos all day. It helps when I do housework or color. I would never, I don't think I would record audiobooks and post them online. I honestly think I would get in a lot of trouble for that. But in an official capacity, if Scott wants me to do audiobooks, sure. I would love to. Slam dunk. Freddy basketball confirmed. Freddy basketball. NBA 2K Freddy. I'm ready for that game as well. I'm ready for that game as well. I honestly would not be surprised if somehow we see Fredbear's. Ooh! 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 I have a theory. Hold on. I need a prop. The van. The van has been featured quite a lot in the Help Wanted to update, at the beginning of the Secret of the Mimic trailer, in my little gift box with this thing, and the new render on the sticker that you saw. The van has been featured a lot. What if this is a mechanic of the game? And what if we not only just drive to Murray's Costume Manor, we know Fredbear's is open. What if we get in the van and we drive to Fredbear's? What if we get in the van and we drive to Fredbear's? We know it's open. We know it's out there. I don't know why we would drive to Fredbear's. But we literally see at the beginning of the trailer the outdoors and the road and us literally driving up. Why can't we drive to Fredbear's? I emailed Steelwool saying that I would give them $2 whole and a half-eaten Snickers bar for the game before release. Don't think I'm getting it. I don't think so either. Little Jet Games. But thank you. Thank you. Uh, my two. What if the killer in the original FNAF games is actually the mimic instead of William? I don't think so. It could be following its instructions to stuff suits, plus William is purple because his skin was being worn. That would be absolute insanity. I don't think so. But that would be absolute insanity. I can definitely see Afton learning about stuffing things in suits from the mimic. I don't see the mimic being Afton, but maybe. Thank you, my two. Nolan, what day are you going to play Security Breach? Let me look at the FNAF cinematic universe. Security Breach, Tuesday, June 10th. Tuesday, June 10th. Okay. So, FNAF Marathon. I will be streaming, playing every Steel Wool era FNAF game until Secret of the Mimic. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Secret of the Mimic Friday. Be there or be triangle. Okay? Now, that is my Secret of the Mimic predictions. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I was up late making the PowerPoint. Put a lot of work into it. Hope I didn't forget anything. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go subscribe to the new channel. Subscribe to the new channel. The link is in the description. Go watch all the videos. Put them in the background on your PC in a different tab. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much for all your support on the new channel so far. You guys are the best ever. Okay? Anything on the White Tiger? Not really. I don't really got anything about the White Tiger. I don't even know why the mascot costume exists. It doesn't even exist in the books. John, what if we're bringing the Mimic to Fredbear's and that's how we get the Mimic to Fazbear's? Ooh, at the end of the game, we retrieve the Mimic, we throw it in our trunk, and then, just bring it to our pizzeria down the street. And we pull it to Fredbear's. Crazy. That'd be cool. Lachlan, what if Music Man is driving us to Fredbear's? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hear me out. The Mimic was Spring Bonnie's endo and it got in the pizzeria. It was in Scrap Trap. Maybe. Anything's possible. There's going to be some big twists in this game. I already know it. Thank you, Golden Eclipse. Thank you. John, can you please public the Security Breach speedrun streams? They were my daily routine back then. They are still there. I have a playlist on this channel with all of them in it. So go check them out. They're all there. Go to my playlist. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. It's going to be a great week. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to try and not overwhelm myself, though. Okay. Thank you so much for all your support. And I will see you tomorrow for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 1. First ever full playthrough on the channel. Okay? Love you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for witnessing my insanity in this stream.